Hi, I'm Brian Harvey. I'm here today with Wil Coombs, the founder of DebtPros21 and a recent author of some new publications talking about managing your credit debt. Mr. Coombs, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about DebtPros21, a little bit about yourself. What's the mission?
Well, I've been involved in the credit industry for a number of years now, and what I know is that when people first start looking into their credit in the credit industry, they get overwhelmed by the maze of bureaucracy, rules, regulations, policies, and procedures that are involved, and they immediately get intimidated.
To be fair, it is overwhelming.
It is. And the purpose of DebtPros21 is to help them work through that maze and get the information they need to work out their credit problems, work out their credit issues on their own if that's what they choose to do.
Debt consolidation, replacing customers' loans or people's loans. Streamlining bankruptcy. Is that what you're doing? Are you selling bankruptcy? Are you selling consolidated loans?
No, the only thing we're selling is information. We're allowing you and we're educating you well enough that you can make your own choices about how you want to solve your debt problems. We're not going in any specific direction in that regard. For the last 11 years, I've been involved in helping people get out of debt. And one of the things I learned is there are a number of different avenues you can explore in order to be able to do that. Some people prefer legal help. Some people prefer to use nonprofit organizations. Some people like to have paid debt services. And some people just tackle the problem on their own. So what we're doing is trying to give you enough information that you can make a choice between those 3 or 4 different options.
How many people have you helped so far with?
Oh, at one time, I think over the space of 10 or 11 years, we've probably individually helped well over 100 people get out of debt.
Through consolidation programs or through negotiating with their creditors and saying what they need to say, sending out?
Yeah, simply by have them sitting down, going through their credit report line by line, analyzing their situation, their debt situation, and then developing a strategy for solving those problems one at a time.
Answer this for me. I'm sitting out there, I'm watching your video, and I've got a situation. I'm in over my head. I've got too much debt. I've got creditors calling me. I can't pay the debt down. I don't know if bankruptcy is my choice. Seems like it might be. Don't know if I should go for credit consolidation. What would you say to me?
Basically, I would say read the publications first, and then develop a strategy for yourself.
How long does it take to go through the courseware, or would you even call it courseware?
Well, depending upon how good of a reader are you and what comprehension skills you have, you should be able to go through everything in about a day and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not that voluminous.
So, by going through this, you're saying, in essence, that after ordering your courseware, your material, that in about 2 days, somebody should expect to be further educated in order to start making some kind of a decision or a game plan on how to handle their situation.
Well, I think that's the last part of what you said is the most accurate. You should have enough information at your disposal now to begin developing a strategy for solving your debt problems, or deciding that it's over your head and you can solve this problem. The largest publication we title The Credit Industry, A Primer for the Consumer. That's the publication that gives you all the rules, all the regulations, all the procedures, all the things you need to know to understand the credit industry. So all the technical information, it's more of a reference book than it is an actual tool to use in the credit industry. It gives you the general information. Then we have the consumer guide to reading your credit report. A lot of people, when they get their credit report, they don't understand a lot of the information that's on there, and so they gloss over it, and that's a mistake. You need to understand and read carefully every piece of information on that credit report, including your name, your address, your social security number. You want to make sure that everything on that credit report is correct so that you can dispute anything that isn't correct. So we show you how to do that. If you decide that you're going to solve your own debt problems, the next publication is Debt Negotiation. We give you a step-by-step guide on how to negotiate with your creditors and how to reach reasonable settlements and how to do that legally and within the law. And the last one is the 10 Commandments of Credit. Once you have accomplished this task and you now have a good foundation for good credit, The Ten Commandments teaches you how to keep good credit, how to maintain that credit score or that credit worthiness, and different principles and rules you can apply to do that.
Have any idea what kind of price range we can expect to see?
Yeah, I would say that there'll probably be about 4 publications, and the total price for all 4 will be less than $50.
For the 4 publications?
Yes.
With all the information that we just talked about here?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds gimmicky. I'll tell you where I'm coming from, because I'm kind of immune to infomercials. Just like I can imagine if I were somebody watching this thinking, all right, who is this guy? It's just another one of those infomercials. I'm going to go and buy his publication, and then I'm going to have to go buy a membership, and then I'm going to have to go attend some kind of seminar. You're saying $50 really for real, you address the information that we just talked about in this discussion.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else I have to buy.
No other obligations. That's it.
All right. Then I need to ask the question, why just $50?
Well, when I first came up with this idea, I wasn't thinking of making a huge profit on this thing. I was really thinking of, I had all this information both in my head and on paper sitting around, and I thought to myself, this needs to get out to the general public. There are so many people out there that are in serious debt today and don't know how to deal with it. And I have all this information available to them, and I really need to get it out there so that they can take advantage of it. I've been involved in social services for close to 40 years. And I'm at the age now where, I could retire tomorrow if I want to. But I still have some interest in continuing in the social services field, even though it may not be full time. And I think this is a great avenue for me to continue to do that. So that's really my main motivation, more than how much money I'm going to make.
I'm excited. And I got to tell you, I'm honored to sit here and have this discussion with you. Mr. Coombs, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you'd like to say, any last thing you'd like to say to the
somebody
watching this?
As I've said, the whole mission of this DebtPros21 is to help you get out of debt, help you get your financial situation above water. If after you read these publications you decide you can do that on your own, that's great. If you decide you can't do it on your own and you need some assistance, there are other avenues out there. But I will warn you about one thing. If you get involved with credit counseling agencies or debt consolidation agencies, and they ask you to sign a long-term agreement of some kind with them, make sure you read that agreement carefully and make sure you know who you're dealing with before you commit yourself to anything.
Will, the 4 publications sound fantastic. How do I go about ordering them?
Well, you can order through our website at DebtPros21.com, or you can order directly from Amazon. You can order it in regular book form, hard copy, paper, or you can order a Kindle version, which will be downloaded to you through Amazon. And this is one example of a publication, the 10 Commandments of Credit, already loaded into your Kindle.
So you have it by Kindle, you can have it right away.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Mr. Coombs, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
You can find his publications on Amazon.com and DebtPros21.com. I'm Brian Harvey with Wil Coombs. Thank you.